Hello, my audience. I'm Tony. Today, I'm going to do podcast about history of nuclear weapons. The world's first nuclear weapons explosion on July 16, 1945 in New Mexico, when the United States tested its first nuclear bomb. Not 3 weeks later, the world changed. On August 6, 1945, the United States dropped an atomic bomb on the Japanese city of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It killed or wounded nearly 130,000 people and 286 people living there at the time of the blast. 74,000 were killed and another 75,000 sustained serve injuries. So Japan agreed to an unconditional surrender on August 14, 1945. It also resulted in the end of World War II. In subsequent years, the United States, the Soviet Union, and Great Britain conducted several nuclear weapons tests. In 1954, President Jawaharlal Nehru of India called for a ban on nuclear testing. It was the first large-scale initiative to ban using nuclear technology for mass destruction. In 1958, nearly 10,000 scientists presented to United Nations Secretary General Dag Hammarskjöld a petition that begged we deem it imperative that immediate action be taken to effect an international agreement to stop testing of all nuclear weapons. Frank exploded its first nuclear device in 1960, and China entered the Nuclear Arms Club in October 1964 when it conducted its first test. By 1967, the U.S. utilities alone has ordered more than 50 power reactors with a comprehensive capacity larger than that of all orders in the USA for coal and oil fired plants, and from 1967 to 1974 they placed an additional 1960 orders. The U.S. Atomic Energy Commission foresaw 10 and 20 nuclear plants online in the USA by the year 2000. Globally, the nuclear industry started to shut up the early slope of the S-shaped curve of global installed nuclear capacity, shown in the left panel of Figure 2. On 22 September 1979, a nuclear test explosion occurs over the South Indian Ocean of the Cape of Good Hope. It is true to have been conducted by South Africa with the assistance of Israel. On 12 June 1982, 1 million people gathered in the New York City Central Park in support of the nuclear freeze movement. And it is the largest anti-war demonstration in history. So, potential intimidation of nuclear weapons has been demonstrated throughout history as evidenced by the events of the 20th century. And nuclear weapons are incredibly powerful weapons of mass destruction, enormously different from conventional bombs and explosives. As I mentioned at the video, it's brought about the disastrous events in Japan in 1945. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, along with other historical incidents involving nuclear weapons. Currently, in addition to A bombs and H bombs, there are many different types nuclear weapons, such as warheads attached to intercontinental rocket and vacation missiles, or on a smaller scale, such as explosive bullet and blasting. So the worst countries signed a limited nuclear power agreement and do not subjectively use nuclear weapons on other countries. In the 9 countries that keep nuclear weapons, 3 countries like the USA, Russia, and China have powerful weapons that they can victim any target in the world. And now, nuclear war is still a concern for humanity, especially when the quantity of nuclear weapons is boosting. Many people propositioned that World War III will be a nuclear apocalypse in the distant future that no one knows in advance. A new world order will be formed to temporarily prevent the world from escalating. Many people who are knowledgeable about politics, history, and the world situation also have certain conjectures about the factions and allies of the 2 opposing sides, the American and Western factions and the Russian faction. So American allies like the UK, France, Germany, Italy, Canada, Georgia, and Poland, Korea, Japan, Taiwan, Philippines, Australia, New Zealand, Denmark, other South Americans. Russian faction as Russia, China, India, North Korea, Turkey, Hungary, Serbia, Azerbaijan, Syria, Iran, Brazil, Cuba, Belarus, Estonia, Venezuela, and other. please like and share videos and subscribe for my channel Tony Nguyen. Thank you for watching and bye bye and see you next podcast.